And we are now live to the internet, boys. And obviously, my positioning has changed a little bit today because this device that sat in front of me decided, of all times, it wanted to do a update. So I will get there and I will sort it all out. So if the sound's bad, don't be picking on me. Right, boys. What are we chatting about tonight? Does anybody have a clue?
No.
Not a clue.
Not a clue. Well, as long as we're all in the same sort of boat that we've not got anything scheduled, but we can actually talk like as though it's a Zoom call. Nobody's watching, but people do watch eventually. Right. So I've actually got a little bit that last week we did ICP test with Ross. Daryl, you've done an ICP test just to join the cool gang. What were your results? Were they good? Were they bad? What did we think?
Nothing out of the ordinary. It's just high calcium. Yeah, that's about it, really.
So you know when you say high calcium, how high was the calcium?
Can't remember, to be fair. I think it was 500. Whereas I want to be 420. So, a bit high.
That's the way, though, is it?
No copper, no arsenic.
You're doing it wrong, then, aren't you?
But actually, matter of fact, I did have a little bit of copper, but within range, so we're all right with that. Yeah, that's everything was in range. Everything was good. I was like, well, half expecting it to come back half decent anyway, because the reason I did it was because my tank is looking pretty good at the moment. So I thought I'd get an ICP, and if anything does go wrong, I've got something to look back on. So
Wickedy woo. So
yeah.
just doing it for clarification that everything's hunky dory. I like it.
Taking a while. Yeah.
So
and it was free.
What? Say that again.
And it was free.
How did you get a free ICP test?
The salt I buy, you get a free ICP test with it. So it's for the salt is about 80 quid, I think it is.
Right.
Or something like that. And then obviously the ICP is about 25 quid. So technically the salt's cheap.
Right. Wickedy woo.
Yeah.
Where are you, Dave? Because you don't seem to, you've got 2 fish tanks.
Yeah.
2 fish tanks. And I mean, at least Ross has got an excuse that he's only got 1, and he's probably got his missus in the front room. But
my fish tank's there.
It's there.
I'm not anywhere near a fish tank, if I'm honest. I want to sit somewhere comfortable tonight.
Oh.
Rest the little legs.
Oh, a bit stressed. What you been doing?
Manual labour, mate. Manual labour.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very much doubt it.
Honestly. No. I sit somewhere comfortable tonight just to chill. Chill while I'm talking to the boys.
Yeah. Like it. Right. So while I have a play with this for 2 seconds, Ross, do not spoil it. Do not spoil it. As soon as this plays ball, I want to put the picture on screen. So don't be telling these fuckers what we've been talking about earlier. You've got to make something else up.
Have you been sending man thongs again?
I don't even know what we were talking about earlier.
Absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. So we weren't testing anything today.
Oh yeah, I tested my new test kit and my old test kit for the phosphate and minimal.
No, just fucking hell. I know. Anybody would think that I did have all of this planned. That I actually want to put your picture on screen to show just how wrong you've been getting it.
Well, get on with it then.
I'm trying. The world works in mysterious ways. But the internet, when the internet goes down, the planet is going to end, basically. Right. So we've actually got not a great deal to talk about. We've talked about his ICP test. We've found out that we're doing a little bit of manual labour. Did you see the picture that I put on my Facebook today of the little red crab?
Yeah.
What did we think?
It's a crab.
It's a crab.
1 minute.
Were we not impressed with the crab?
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
It looks all right. I didn't see it in the shop though, so.
Yeah, it was there.
Are they just little things?
It's little-ish, yeah.
What, like emerald crab little?
A little bit smaller than emerald crab, but it will get the same sort of size. What are you doing? Yeah, I can
Top
see.
up pump.
It's a what?
Top up pump.
Ah, right. See, I
Or
can't
caravan pump.
see it at the minute. This is rubbish. Right, so top up pump. So we weren't bothered about the little red crab that was in the shop.
No.
Where we
It's a
supposed to be?
rarity. Pardon?
Where we supposed to be?
Apparently you don't see them very often. And I was like, oh, I'd never seen one.
To be fair, I've never seen one, but once you told me the price of it, yeah, not interested.
Yeah.
How much was it?
Well, we'll not spoil the secret, but it was £30.
No, you're all right.
No, but the thing is that somebody that's
Go to town.
normally watching, that isn't watching now, that's going to watch it on catch up, has already put his name on it, and it's 30 quid. Which I thought was a bit steep, but if they're very rare or rare-ish, then it's something that not everybody's got in the tank, innit? So you play.
Oh, it definitely stood out.
Yeah,
Definitely stood out.
bit weird.
And let's face it, that's what we all got in the hobby for, the weird and wonderful. So
Yeah,
if he wants crabs.
It's not as weird as that cucumber thing.
No, it was massive today.
There's
So-
something there.
Well, it just looks like I can't actually see it, and I daren't press the buttons on this phone because I'm bound to cock it up. Ah, right. Yeah.
Look, what's it look similar to?
It looks similar to a tampon.
Yeah, it's got the red bit. It's from a idea.
Go on then, Daryl. Tell us about your
The idea. My idea is feeding, obviously, brine shrimp and mysis and everything like that. I want to make something that I could do and leave for 7 days. So the idea is I did make that Versa mini fridge for when you go on holiday and everything, which will quite happily do the Nios Cocoa Pop things, you know, what you get in a bottle and all that.
Yeah.
Quite easily do that. But it struggles a little bit with the bigger food. So the idea is, because I've run a GHL system on here, I can control how many seconds I turn the power on for. And I got the idea off another YouTube channel. And basically, they use a Neptune with the Neptune pump.
I'm going to leave you a second, boys.
With the Neptune pump, and they turn it on for a second. Well, they turn it on for X amount of seconds, and it goes up into the tank, feeds the tank. But because the tubing is wide on these, the gravity pulls it back down into the fridge. So if you time it,
food.
so you time it right,
If they're no good, then just give me them back.
it puts
Am I
it
green?
into the fridge, and then puts it into the tank, and then comes back. So that's the idea. See if it works or not. But that Tunzi charge, I think it's 30 quid, something like that, for a replacement pump. £16.
Is it Steve Flow? They do a lot of bilge pumps and what have you, don't they?
16 quid off Amazon. So, I'll let you know how I'll get on.
Wickedy will.
Hopefully it works.
Yeah. Am I green?
Not now.
No.
All
That's
good.
all right then. I'm green on my screen for some reason. Yeah, I know. It's so where did you get that idea from? You've just dreamt it up, or again? I was listening, obviously. Oh, come on, Daryl. Where did you get that idea from?
I think he's gone.
Yeah. You just carry on. Let me mess about. You just carry on.
This is a bit of a
Shut up.
disaster, isn't it?
Yeah, not doing very well, are we?
You're meant to start talking.
We were talking.
Yeah.
Ah, well, carry on talking. That's the whole point. You don't have to.
What the hell's Darren
you
doing?
just talk. I've no idea. I've no idea generally what's happening at the moment, but
Anyway, Dave, have you got anything in that tank yet then?
Yeah, I moved some Zoas over, 2 sets of Zoas and some firecrackers. Zoas are doing all right. Firecrackers, not quite happy yet. I think it's a bit too much flow for them. They're not really opened up very much, but if I'm honest, I haven't done much, any fish related, to be fair. I have had a death in the tank in the house. My Anthias has disappeared. I seen it hiding under a rock the other day. I'm like, doesn't usually do that. And then the day after, it's gone. So, don't know what that's all about.
I've had an Anthias come and go as well before.
Yeah, it seems to be like 6 months, and then it's just not happy. Previous Anthias was the same, I think. Don't know why. I'm going to put it down to one of them things.
So I bought an orange spot goby last week, I think it was, just to turn my sand over a little bit. Then it's just living under a rock. It's not even coming out. It's definitely there. I've seen it today. It stuck its head out and then went back in again. But it's not doing its job.
Turning the sand over under the rock, then.
Yeah. Well, I had Blue Cheeks goby, and that was great. That was out at the front, and it was chucking
Yeah.
sand all over the place. But that was becoming a bit of a pain in the ass because it's thrown all over the zoas and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
Good at
got
what
told
they
that
do, though.
the orange, eh?
They're good at what they do, the Blue Cheeks.
Yeah. But so I got told the orange spots were a little bit more careful with where they dump it. They kind of pick it up and dump it in the same place. But it chose to do it in the same place under a rock out where you can't see it.
Well, at least you tried, mate. At least you tried.
But it's still there though. Anyway, it's not dead. I've seen it today.
How's your corals doing? Have they perked up or from?
Yeah, I mean they're not bad. The that bird's nest that I got off Lee 2 weeks ago is still there, still green and fluffy. So yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on that. The Duncan's out looking quite nice. Torch is doing real well. The Kenya trees split off and started growing in other places, so I need to keep an eye on that because I don't want it all over the place.
Good weed.
But yeah, I mean it's looking all right.
Are you? What have you done to counteract that copper and arsenic? Then did you get
So at the minute, I'll just what we spoke about last week. I put that Cuprizorb. Is it Cuprizorb? Something like that in it. I've got a bag of that in it. I've got a bag of Roaphos in it, and some activated carbon.
Are you thinking of doing another ICP in a couple of weeks' time? Then 3 weeks' time.
I was what we're in August now, so I was probably going to do it maybe towards the end of September.
Yeah.
Give it a couple of months at it.
Yeah, fair enough.
See if it's made any difference.
Should have done, shouldn't it? You can't put much stuff in and nothing happen.
No, I mean I do water changes every week religiously. They're not big ones. I just do a barrel, so it's not quite 10% really, but it happens every week. So really, it should.
For the month, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's diluting. As long as it's diluting, going in the right direction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I say, you need some copper in your system. In your ICP, there is actually, you have a tiny little bit.
There is a range, isn't there?
Yeah, but you don't. If I got an ICP back saying I needed to dose copper, I wouldn't. No way.
Mine says dose copper, and I'm like, nope, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's a recipe to kill your tank off, isn't it? Or your inverts, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to be very confident in what you do to be doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right, boys. Now you've had your own little fucking chitter chatter on your own. Dave? You know when you sat down all comfy?
Yeah.
The hostess with the mostess asking questions. Fucking hell, come on. We need you there more often. Put a fish tank behind you.
You should have a conversation.
Yeah, I like it. Right, so now let's just scrap the first 18 minutes of chaos. This is good content, boys. Are you ready for this? Now, Ross.
Yes.
Can we explain this?
So my ICP test flagged up raised levels of phosphate, but when I do my tests every week, I'm showing very little. So that was obviously caused the confusion. So this week I bought a new test kit and I tested them against each other, next to each other at the same time, same water and everything, and those are the results. So the test kit on the left is the original one, the test kit on the right is the new one.
So do we think that obviously the high phosphate in the water column it's obviously not a very good factor. It's been detrimental to the corals as well as the copper and the arsenic?
I mean, it won't have done it any good, will it?
No.
I disagree with that.
Oh, go on.
Well, the phosphates and nitrates and everything like that, as long as they're not massively high, it's not going to do any harm to.
You see, the ICP test, it actually had 2 little stars against it, which in the key read that its levels were that high that it couldn't be tested.
Mm.
Nice.
But the thing is a lot of people now are they're raising for high phosphate, high nitrates. There's a lot of people now are sitting at 0.1. Some of the coral farmers are sitting at 0.2. Some of your nitrates are like 25, 30, and they are not batting an eyelid at it. If anything, they're saying the corals seem to be more happier in it. So it's just chucking a spanner in the works. For all these years that you've been trying to get down to 0.0 frigging 7 or whatever it is, or lower, coral farmers now are sitting a lot higher.
But you wouldn't advocate for those types of levels if you weren't an experienced reefer as such.
I wouldn't say aim for it, but I wouldn't. If someone's come around to me and said my phosphates are at 0.1, I wouldn't go, oh no, that's frigging terrible. You need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do the other. I'd just say, do your best to try and get on top of it, but it's not the end of the world.
I think it goes on however the tank's working. It's like a personal preference, isn't it, for the tank? 0.1 in my tank just does not work. Coral growth's ridiculously slow, if to nothing. So I think it's however that system is operating. If it's happy high, it's happy.
Yeah, happy where it sits. I can agree with that.
But it would depend on the type of coral as well that you've got in there, surely.
Yeah, I can't see hard corals liking high, surely, but
No, I don't think so either.
You'd be surprised on some of them. You would be surprised. It's not as.
It'd be nice if it was like that all the time, because you just run your phosphates high, wouldn't you? Save you a lot of grief.
Yeah.
Well, here's one thing. What's the shops at?
Phosphate.
Nitrates are 50.
So there's 3 individual systems now, and if you look at the big coral bay that's at the end, the nitrates in that are probably 10, 15, but then the tank to the left is running at about 50 nitrates, and then like the next tank that I've just changed over runs probably 25ish, something like that. But obviously then different coral loads, different lighting. But phosphate, I always try and run it as low as possible. It's always like every week I put some Agent Green in it just to drop the phosphates down. But there's loads and loads of water turned over in them as well. So,
see,
but yeah,
my tank sits at. Last time I tested it, it was at 0.1.
Yeah, which I'd say was quite high.
Yeah, 0.1. No, I'm quite happy at that. Quite happy. There's no algae. There's no air algae or anything like that on it. My problem's nitrates. He's trying to get them up. I need to get my nitrates up. I'm dosing it at the moment. So, but yeah, everything seems happy. Everything's out.
Okay.
But yeah, if a new reefer come up to me, went on about that, I'd like to say it's not the end of the world. Try bringing them down a little bit. try to keep control of the algae and everything, but I won't lose any sleep over it.
There you go then.
I think the problem is it's the copper. The copper is your main problem, and the arsenic. I think that's what's doing you in. Once they've disappeared, I think you'd be on your way. And as a matter of fact, you are on your way because you haven't lost anything. If his little green hairy SPS thing is still growing,
Yep.
Doing all right.
so you're going in the right direction. So your water changes. What you've been doing over the last couple of weeks has been diluting it anyway. So you're doing good.
Yeah, it's definitely looking better than it has done, for sure.
So you've been diluting it over the weeks and months or whatever. Well, this last 6 weeks you've been diluted at 10% every week. So, and then you've just put that Cupizorb or whatever in it as well. So that'll be doing good. You should just be going up and up and up now. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So the only reason that you're now thriving in the hobby is because of us three fuckers.
You're welcome.
That's probably the reason why you ain't growing any corals.
Right. So the little video that I did yesterday about this new 3-foot system, that obviously I've been cleaning the glass, and it's normally got that fine algae that keeps coming back and keeps coming back and keeps coming back. All of a sudden, and I actually want your expert advice, all of a sudden, for no particular reason, one day I scraped it off, the day after, nothing at all. And then I've been in again today, so 2 days, nothing on the front glass at all. Now, I've never really, I've always like scraped it, and then the day after there's not been as much, and then there's not been as much, then there's not been as much. And over the course of, say, 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that, it's then gone away. Not literally a night and day situation that one day it's there and then the day after it's totally gone. What do we think?
Are we talking about the diatoms?
No, it may have been a little bit of diatoms on the glass. It may have been a little bit, but the fact that it was there one day and then literally the day after, nothing at all. Anything that's in the system would dwindle away, would it not? I was a bit put back that.
Yeah, that to me is a bit strange. Like I say, you thought it'd die off a little bit before it actually happened, like it did.
Yeah.
Cycles.
But just overnight. I've not done anything. Yes. So talking about more coral for my system, what's the next coral that needs to go in, do we think?
PC Rainbow.
What?
PC Rainbow.
I think we'll steer clear of one of those at the moment. No.
How
are we
the
doing?
corals that's in there, are they doing all right?
You what? Sorry.
Are the corals that you have put in there, are they doing okay?
If you were watching my fucking videos, you would know all about it.
Cut you out
yes, they are doing all right. Yes, they are doing all right. They're all alive. Yeah, they're all doing what they need to do. But to say that it's only 4 weeks in, are we still putting soft corals in, or do we think we can put a little bit of a trickier coral? What
Have
are we?
you
What am I
tested?
buying off of my own website?
Have you tested?
I have tested, yes, and the nitrate was reading about 2, something like that, and the phosphate was reading 0.1. So in my estimation, phosphates on that system are high. But since it's been left for, I can see him in the top corner going, oh no, yeah. It's a 4-week-old system. 0.1 in a 4-week-old system, I would say is high.
I wouldn't worry.
Yes,
I was right about the Mino, wasn't I?
Oh, here we
you were
go.
right about. You were right
About
about what?
the cycling and everything, wasn't I?
I'm
Did
not
they die?
even gonna warrant a response on that side.
Did they die?
No, they didn't, which I was actually surprised of, to be fair. But yeah, they're there, they're thriving. Both the fish are still alive. It's doing what it does, but after 4 weeks, it's now going to start getting a little bit more interesting. As such.
Oh, he's gone. Yep.
Who? Me?
Yeah. No.
I'm still here, or am I not?
You
No,
were.
you're
I can
still
still see
there.
you.
I
I'm
can
going to
still
say
see you.
I was still. Granted, I'm looking at my screen and talking to myself, so I can hear myself.
But no,
But
I'd definitely give maybe a few more zoas in or something like that. Give it a few more weeks. Do a
So-
Zoa garden or something like that.
okay, so do certain zoas thrive and some are trickier? So today, Ross has had a raster.
Right.
So I've obviously, have you had interaction with rasters? I struggle with rasters to grow them out. They don't grow very fast for me at all.
I had a filefish that decided to take a liking to zoas and pretty much eat all my zoas. And then, anyway, yeah, I thought that's enough of zoas. I'll stick with other stuff. Anyway, I got rid of the filefish, and when I had 0 zoas, a few started growing back on the rock.
Right.
Yeah, and there was rasters. There was, yeah. So yeah, right. It's all down to it's all down to the tank and everything. Everyone goes on about like this is difficult to grow. I struggle with gonnies. Cannot grow gonnies. And then you get the other person who can grow gonnies. So it's down to the individual tank. There's something in that tank that you haven't got. If you're struggling with it, you never know. Ross might. Yeah, Ross might find him a pest.
Yeah.
You never know.
They may love copper.
Yeah, quite possibly. Or a dirty tank or a clean tank. Like I say, if your tank's dirty and his is clean, that could be a problem. Vice versa. You just got to try it and find out. But
So
yeah,
a couple more zoas. I don't think it needs any more rock at the moment because the nitrates are only 2. I think it's fine with the amount of rock that's in there. Is there anything? What's the first product in? Like, am I doing a Roa Phos? Am I doing a Phosguard? What would you advise as a? I know which one I would do personally, but which one as a phosphate remover would you use personally?
Agent Green.
Yeah,
I use Roa.
yeah.
That's what
Right,
I'm using
so-
now.
Yeah, you're using Rowafoss. It's because I told you to use Rowafoss. So
That's what you told me
surprisingly,
to. I've got
I'm
Agent Green
gonna-
as well because you told me to buy that.
yeah, and they're both very good products. Both very, very good products. So I may take your advice and follow my own advice and get a bottle of Agent Green and put some Rowafoss in there.
I see. I'd stick with the Agent Green. You got control over the Agent Green. Your Rowafoss, you haven't, unless you're on testing it day in, day out.
Yeah, but in the longevity of having Rowafoss in there, that basically you put in the system and you can forget about it as such. It's in a system that's 4 weeks old. It can't really do anything detrimental, can it? Apart from strip it out.
Exactly, and you don't want that.
No, you don't want it bottoming out, but that's all to do with the amount of Rowafoss that you would put into the system, is it not? So rather than buying a kilo of Rowafoss and putting a full kilo in, put in a small amount in, because the bigger the sponge, the more it's going to pull out, surely.
You'd say that.
Yeah.
I stripped my other tank, and I bought 2 tablespoons. I had 3 tablespoons of bloody Rowafoss, and I ended up stripping it because it was like you say. I set it, I forget about it, and then I went back a week later to test it, and then I was on 0.
Yeah.
That's why I like the Agent Green. There's nothing wrong with Rowafoss. Per preference, I'd rather go with Agent Green because you can. I just feel like you've got more control over it.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as aggressive, is it?
You're not putting your Agent Green on a doser, are you?
I did in this tank, but that was in this tank. My small one now. I was doing it myself. But on this tank, obviously, I dosed it into the skimmer, and then obviously it skimmed at whatever it pulled out.
You know, when your ICP test came back, did it show elevated lanthanum?
No, because I hadn't used Agent Green in 4 months, 5 months.
Right.
I need to use Agent Green, so I've done a lot of water changes since then.
Yeah. Right. Wickedy woo. So I know it's been a quiet week, boys. There is not a great deal that we've all been doing. There's not been a great deal of disaster. Can somebody have a tank wipeout for next week, please? So we've got a bit of something to talk about.
No.
No.
Well, I'd rather not.
No.
You're just not as into this YouTube platform as I am.
Why?
You want wipe mine out?
Yeah.
No, I'll leave that.
So what colours was you thinking about? What colours was you thinking? What colours was you thinking about in that tank then?
Yeah, I was mainly thinking like some more Zoas and stuff like that. Because obviously it's far too early to put anything hard structured in there. So it's got a Kenya tree in it. I may stick, but yeah, I think I've got a leather coral that I'm gonna put in, and I've also got, the really bright, like yellowy orange. I think they call it an elephant ear or something like that, which is a leathery type thing, but really bright. I've got one of them that I'm gonna chop a little bit off, and maybe put a bit in there. Yeah, and that's it basically.
We only fancy a Duncan or something like that.
Yeah, but Duncan's. I struggle with Duncan's now, so I know I've got a Duncan that's split its head in this system, which is the oldest system that is in here. But personally, I've never really managed with Duncans.
Trying to think what else LPS.
Yeah, I mean, I've
You
got. I weren't sure whether. Do you think it's going to be too early to put like a Cyphastria in there? Because we are talking like 4 weeks into a system that if this 3 foot system is going to do anything to basically educate the internet of anybody that's watching, that's where I need to then push the boundaries of corals and positioning and things like that to see where, because personally, if it was me putting my money into a coral, a 30 quid coral, a 40 quid coral, 4 weeks in, I wouldn't put a Cyphastria in there. But is it because obviously I've got a Favia, which is basically bulletproof, and that potentially will be something that I'm going to put in just to test. Because
Let's see how bulletproof it is.
Yeah, stick it in my tank. We'll see.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Just for another free coral, Ross.
yeah. So yeah, that's the bit of umming and ahhing of whether to push the boundaries at week 4 and put something in that I wouldn't normally put in. But obviously LPS would be the first things in theory that you would put in other than soft. And is it too early at week 4 to put an LPS coral into a brand new marine system? And I'm not 100% sure. So I think it's going to die.
If all your levels are right, then what's to say it's the right? The wrong time.
Yeah.
The one thing I wouldn't put in there just yet is a torch, because everyone goes on about how easy they are and everything like that. I disagree. That's the one thing I wouldn't put in is a torch coral.
Yeah.
Everything else, I'd go for it.
That's the one thing in my tank that's doing real well.
Yeah, bump the copper values up.
That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's going to be if that system is going to be entertaining as such, then it needs to have something that's a little bit out of the box, that it's not the norm that you would do it, and then obviously it gives me something to talk about. Wickedy woo, winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is it.
Have you put any more corals in your frag tank, Dave?
Were you not here when Ross asked me?
Yeah, you want to listen to the conversation, don't you?
No, I wasn't. So I want to know.
On replay now, won't you?
I have to watch it on replay. Okay, I will watch it on replay. I'm the only person that watches you, the 3 of you.
That's fine.
Right. Come on then. Well, what else have you got to talk about? You've got another 15 minutes. Come on. You're not allowed. There's no going home early.
I've got a question about coralline algae.
Ooh.
And should I be concerned at all that I don't really seem to have any at this stage?
Go on, Dave.
Yeah.
What I understand of the coralline algae is like the purple hard sort of stuff on the glass. That's what I'm thinking about.
I wouldn't be worried. Not so long since all mine went from purple to white and then started growing back again. A couple of weeks. I had a a level mishap. So it doesn't really make a difference, to be fair, mate. Not in my opinion.
Have you ever had coralline algae?
Before I switched tanks, yeah. Not a lot, but it was starting to spread out on the glass. It started as a little white specks.
And
then
did
there was-
have
there
you
was
got
def-
any on the have you got any on the rock that you moved from one system to the next system?
All of the rock from the last system went in this one.
But is the coralline algae on the rock?
Maybe a little bit. It's just not on the glass.
Right, fair enough.
Have you got an urchin?
No.
Okay.
But having it on the glass isn't really something that you would want anyway. As long as
It's not necessarily that I want it, because I think it'd be a pain in the ass. But I'm just thinking, is that a sign? Is having it a sign of your tank doing well?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people say that.
Yeah, it's so obviously you've got a Euphelia torch coral that's in there. Potentially, the first thing that I would want to see is a little speck of coralline algae, whether it be on the rock or whether it be on the glass, anywhere in the tank, just to prove that that water column can build a hard structure. As soon as I see that the tank can build a hard structure, then I would put a Euphelia coral in there. But you've got a Euphelia coral in there that's doing well anyway, so why would you need to? I wouldn't be bothered. It's again proof of life with fish. You put a fish in the system just to prove that you can keep a fish alive. Now, seeing a little bit of coralline algae just to prove that you can build a hard structure, you've got a coral in there that's thriving. That would then interact that you can keep it alive, so it's obviously there. But that's one of the things, this system that's here, when you look at the videos and the frag tank that's there, there's loads and loads and loads of purple pink algae on it. Loads and loads.
I won't worry.
No.
I won't be bothered.
No, I wouldn't overly worry. No.
People sell it on eBay if you want to buy some.
No,
Honestly.
Yeah, I'll get you some. But they do a product which is I think it's Red Sea that do it. That's a coralline algae enhancer or whatever it is.
Does it work?
Well, if it's a natural thing that's going to form over time anyway, and there's not a massive beneficial reason for it, why would you bother?
A lot of people think if the rock gets covered in coralline algae, that hair algae won't stick to it. That's a lot of people's thoughts behind it.
I mean, some people think it's like it's a more natural kind of look, isn't it, than the clean glass and that.
Mm.
Bit like cleaning the back of your tank. Some like it crisp black or blue. Others let it grow algae and whatever, innit? Depends how you look.
Right. Okay. So the 3 foot that's behind me, I have got a little bit of bubble algae that's forming that's on the rock that came out of one of these systems. What should I do about the bubble algae? Should I pop it? Should I remove it? Or should I just not be bothered and just get another beer out of the fridge?
I've never had it, but I wouldn't imagine popping it would be a good idea.
At 4 weeks, leave it.
Ooh.
Get another beer out of the fridge and go get an emerald crab.
Yeah, I'm of the same sort of thought process that after 4 weeks, just leave it. Just leave it. Right, boys. So we're at 49 minutes. What are we going to talk about next week? Let's give. There's actually two people watching, so let's give them a little bit of a teaser of, because we've waffled on with absolutely nothing to say for 50 minutes. Anybody would think we were any other YouTube platform. Everybody else is waffling on about nothingness, talking about fucking dinner plates and cups and shit like that. I want proper content.
I don't know. What do you want to speak about? That's the thing.
Right. I've no idea.
Testing.
So
Testing.
testing.
Why is Voss Test? Why did Voss Test come? One of them come back. It's exactly the same water. One of them will come back clear, and the other one's still got a hint of blue. Why has that happened?
Yeah, we never really got to the bottom about that.
Well, I suppose we're going to know the answer, really, are we? I mean, the original test kit was still in date. That's the only thing, isn't it? I've took it out anyway.
Yes.
But now, which one was right and which one was wrong?
Yeah.
But the ICP test came back with high phosphates, which would then interact with the new test kit would be more accurate, would it not?
Yeah, you would assume so, yeah.
Yeah. And then, as you say, in another couple of months, do another ICP test, and it will all have sorted itself out.
See, I had the same problem with calcium, but I put it down to the fact that when I got the number I wanted, I put whatever reagent was left in the syringe back in the bottle, and technically, I was thinking I must have been diluting it over time.
Yeah, but I do that as well. Everybody does that, do they not?
Why would you be diluting it if it's reagent come out of the bottle and going straight back in?
Because when I put the syringe into the water, I press it into the water. I put it into the water, shake it about. I was thinking, I must have been diluting it over time. I'm not saying I did. I'm just saying that's what I thought. And so I went out and got another one, and then got an actual proper reading. But yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? Just shows you can't trust everything.
No.
If you're not sure, go get someone else. Get another test kit. Try another test kit.
I've got the same thing with the Alcatronic, Salifet, and Hannah. None of them line up for KH. Right.
So that is actually a very good Are you about next week, Dave? Because we can go a full hour on your 3 systems to do one fucking thing. We could spend hours on that.
It's frustrating, that's for sure.
Fire me some information of what it's all, because obviously you're going a little bit more down the line of the technology of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So we could basically pick the bones out of a grand's worth of equipment.
Can do that.
Yeah. See you next week. No, Paul, we won't talk about keeping fish alive because you should be able to do that by now. So Paul bought a wrasse the other day that he's put in his tank. I think it's hidden itself in the sand, but he's such a scaredy cat that he won't run his finger through the sand to try and find it.
What wrasse was it?
The Exquisitus wrasse that was in the shop.
So yeah, mine did hide for about, I think it was about a week.
So I would say that it's hiding in the sand, and there's enough food for it to come out and eat, and then go back into the sand and not be, because it's a new system.
But I'd worry after about a week or so.
Yeah, I've not seen it, but he is a wuss, and he won't run his finger through the sand just to see whether it's there or not.
Just get a stick.
Get a stick. But yeah,
Get a
get a
net.
stick. Wiggle it round the sand, and miraculously a fish will pop out. I'm sure it will.
Wait until the bobbit worm gets you.
Yes, but Paul's the one that wants the red crab, so we're not going to tell him about the price. He'll find that out when he gets in the shop.
Just make
Right.
sure you got a bank loan.
Yeah, definitely. So on that, boys, I'm going to cut us short 5 minutes early, but next week, Alconic, KH Keeper, and a Salifert test kit. Is it worth the money? That's the big question. Is it worth the money with all of these Apex systems to do this and do that? $10.99 on the Salifert test kit. It's got to be the way forward.
That's right, innit, Ross? It's got to be the way forward, mate.
I'm with Lee on this one, mate.
Even though I just had the bin one because it was telling the wrong test results.
Yeah. Yes, right. Thank you very much, Dreamweaver Jewelry, for being in the background and listening to us. I do hope you had a very good birthday. And at no stage last week did I say he could have planned any other fucking night to take you out. But no, took you out on the Friday. I didn't ever say anything like that.
Getting priorities right, mate.
Right, yeah, exactly. But I hope you had a good birthday. Right, boys, sign off. Go for it.
CD.
Useless. Absolutely useless.